Finn Hammond, and Johnny Fisher.
So the way the several questions work is that basically we found a machine in the woods called the Questioneer 5000, evidently engineered to generate infinite, very silly questions, and Johnny, Finn, and I have dedicated our lives to answering them all one by one, as well as me and Johnny dedicating our next Sunday night to answering them all one by one. Really quickly, we got this pancake mix that's really good that we really like, and so we give it as gifts. Some Viv likes to put together like a package of breakfast stuff as a generic gift. But we were doing some research or something. There was like this particular, the kind we ordered ended up being like super patriotic. It had like flags on it and stuff for some reason. We were like, huh. And then we were like, if it was like looking through the materials or whatever, like on their website. And they were like, one of the lines was, finally, a pancake mix the woke left can't cancel.
Wow.
Like, finally, at last. Like, all these other ones have been canceled or what?
Like what? Like
You can't eat that mix.
Pancake mixes.
I don't even understand. Yeah, because it does like sound like, how is this one different, first of all? So are you suggesting that many... Oh, I got it. I know what it is. It's Aunt Jemima.
Isn't that syrup?
Yeah.
It is syrup. Is it a pancake mix too?
Branched out.
I thought it was
They
just
probably
syrup.
branched out. It was syrup, but I mean, maybe they branched out at this point and tried.
Don't the people
Yeah,
making your syrup making the mix? I mean, I guess it makes sense.
Yeah.
But either way, they're probably also like just reaching this pancake, like it's associated.
Yeah, I wonder if they get
And they
discounts. You know
can't-
how on Amazon when it says like customers who purchased this also, and that's how it happened.
Yeah.
Like they had been purchasing so much like ingredients for their pancake mix on Amazon, wait, hold on, back up. They were purchasing so much maple trees sap. They were purchasing so much sap on Amazon.com, which would work because Amazon is a jungle. Anyway.
Hey, Amazon's not just a jungle in South America.
It's not?
You know what I'm saying?
I think I know what you're saying. No.
It's like I'm trying to do the denial.
I
thing.
know you do, but I deny your
Amaz-
joke. Your joke was denied, unfortunately. Oh, you got canceled. Your joke is
no.
canceled. Sorry, just for
Amazon.
it's just for like just because it didn't quite work.
It wasn't. We weren't getting a return on our investment. That's what Podomatic says.
That's why they canceled, right?
Yeah.
They're not. Well,
They
they're
had a
getting
meeting.
$5 a month. Okay, let's move on to our first question.
What is your favorite cloud style? Hashtag cloud style.
I'm leaning towards a Nimbus. I think I'm a Nimbus guy.
You're a
kinda
NIMBY
puffy.
guy, that's for sure. What does that mean? Isn't NIMBY something? I don't remember what it is though. It's like an insult,
And
but
It's like not in my backyard. Not in my
yeah.
backyard.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
yeah, okay.
People who are
yeah,
against poor people
People being
living
in their
among them,
backyards.
basically.
Yeah.
And people living in their backyards.
Is
And
it supposed
people
to
who
be?
don't
I am
want
a.
junk in your backyard, Sorry, go for
yeah.
it.
Oh, yeah.
I want junk in my
I have
truck.
I'm a Yimby. That's why I have so many barbecues.
Oh, yes, what is it?
Yeah,
Now I'm
yes,
throwing
in
your
my
junk into-
backyard.
Yes,
Okay, yes, in my backyard. I was like, yes, throw my junk. I was like, how's that?
Yeah, but oh yeah, let's do it on my backyard. That's how I.
Come on
that's
over.
my-
That's
Yeah,
a
that's
dip.
good. That's a better way to be, probably.
Yimby. Let's
Okay,
do
so
it in
Do
my
it in
backyard.
backyard.
Oh yeah.
Do it in my
Ew.
backyard? Okay, John, why do you have to make everything so disgusting and graphic? Remember that
See, it's the question.
Remember that whole section just a minute ago we cut out about fisting that you went on for like 35 minutes?
Hey,
Hey. Hey.
The questionnator did ask us, "What's your favorite?"
Yeah, I
kind
know.
of
I
fisting?"
wish I hadn't read that question. I'm glad okay, I'm going to cut it out. So, listener, you didn't even have to worry about this. Okay, John. But so, can we talk about other cloud styles? Can you describe what a Nimbus is?
well, I believe the Nimbus is a puffy one.
Well, there's a
Kinda lower
cumulonimbus. What's that?
Cumulus.
Yeah, what's cumulus? I thought cumulus was the
I thought that was a
standard
different
puffy
style.
one.
I thought those were a little bit higher though. Like Nimbus are like a
Cumulonimbus
smaller-
that's a storm cloud.
Oh.
That's the one, the like flat, the puffy, tall one, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
And then there's
I mean, I
this.
like those.
There's the cirrus ones.
Yeah, those are
Those are the ones that
feathery
look like the
kind of
roof of your
thin.
mouth feels. Have you ever thought of that?
Like,
So those are the lower hanging ones then.
like
No, they're
shredded.
way up. I think they're way up. They're way
Yeah,
up
so
and
like the feathery, like thin ones,
no,
super thin.
they're like ridges. They look like a sand dune. They're like the bottom of a beach, or like a water. You know how like the ripples, the sand on a. Well, feel the roof of your mouth. Here, feel the roof of my mouth. Come here.
Oh, whoa. Feels like a cloud.
So smooth.
Yeah, are you serious? Serious? That's what I like. That's my favorite one. Nimbus is just a puffy one. You're just saying you like a standard big puffy
I
one.
like the puppy one. Yeah,
Okay,
puppy one.
fine. You don't have to yell at me about it. Finn, what about
Is
you?
there's
Is
you guys
this
get more clouds over there than I'm used to. In California, you get one kind of cloud.
what kind of
Smog. And then in
I'll double that up or triple that up to make it sound like a lot of
Thank you,
big words.
thank you, thank you,
Yeah, keep saying thank you. That's perfect.
thank you. There in Portland, we got one kind of cloud. And what I mean is one cloud that covered the entire sky. That's kind of how it is in Pittsburgh too.
Yeah.
And then I remember whenever I'm in Wisconsin, there's like layers of clouds. You can see that ones are higher than others.
Mhm.
There's the kind that look like the roof of my mouth after I've eaten pizza.
History.
Blood on them.
Blood.
And they're raining.
Raining blood. Hallelujah. It's raining blood
Raining blood.
on my head now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
What
so much,
about what about iCloud? That's my favorite.
All right.
Because it has pictures of my
Here we
daughter in
go.
it. You guys saying you don't like my daughter? Doesn't have any pictures of my
No,
son in it, I guess.
no.
Or do I
it's
not
all the
like
other
my son?
pictures you
What's
put
going on?
in there that we don't like. Your mouth,
Oh, yeah.
close-ups of your mouth.
All right, let's move on to the next question.
On a scale of not to very, how successfully do you think you could navigate through your home in complete darkness?
My home, where I live right now, very easily. In fact, I kind of do.
Just a
Because you haven't paid
one
your
bedroom.
electric bill in a while.
Yeah, exactly.
In fact, I kind of do. There is a street light that partially illuminates, and the VCR blinks, so I get to see every other
Yeah, I see
second.
part of the living room.
And I always know it's 12 o'clock.
That's right. That's how I know it's 12 o'clock right now.
Always. Yeah. Right now. Right
Say
now.
So you'll meet me at 12
Right
o'clock.
now. Yeah.
It's pretty small. The layout of my apartment is very simple.
Do you,
And
I guess like part of my problem is that I understand where everything is for the most part, but it's like with children comes like unexpected things lying on the floor. That's like the harder part for me, but I think I would do very well. I guess maybe it's like, what if you can't use your hands? That would make it a lot harder. Do you think you'd be able to do it then? I guess what I'm asking, Finn, is do you like tidy up your space enough that you're not, because if I let shit get messy around here, then it gets harder, because then I'm like stepping on weird clothes and shoes are everywhere, I feel like suddenly. And then, yeah.
yeah. As far as stuff on the ground, I'm not fighting the uphill battle of children. It's just like,
Well, but
I
you
don't
do
spend
love
that
to
much
play
time on it.
jacks.
I do play jacks. I'm a jack enthusiast. I also like Legos and tacks.
Yeah,
And,
Finn and I actually we actually had a jack off the last time we were together, and Finn won. He did it first, so
I think I got all the jacks. Do I get your jacks if I win?
yeah. We were using the same balls, so anyway, yeah, I think I would be. What about you, John?
Yeah, I could do it. I live in an apartment though, so it's pretty easy, and space is like pretty confined. So it's like there's really only a few paths that you can really take without running into stuff, and it's usually big things. So as long as I don't lose my orientation from the get-go, I think I'd be pretty
As
good.
long as I don't lose my Oreos. I'll be fine.
Yes.
That's what you're getting
I'll
up in the
hold
middle of
on
the
to
night
those.
for. Is to go get your Oreos. You
Yeah.
can just keep him in your room, John. But
Mm.
I know Kristen doesn't allow you to eat cookies in your
Cookies in
single bed. You each have a single bed, I assume, right?
She
Since you're not married.
Yes.
Okay,
It's true.
good.
Opposite ends of the room.
And head toe, like, so like your head is on one side of it's like corner to like opposite corners as well. So you don't
What?
accidentally touch genitals.
It is. You have to be careful.
What? I was just trying to think of the purpose of that. What's the? If you did do that, let's say you had to sleep in a separate bed, which I kind of get. Like I kind of might prefer that. You know what I mean?
If they slept in separate beds, you'd prefer it. Weird.
Yeah,
I'm
like-
just thinking of Johnny so close to somebody.
yeah. Or like I would prefer that personally.
Yeah, sure.
It does freak me out thinking about Johnny. Or when you see, I don't know. I saw the House of Cards or whatever, like the president slept in a different bed than his wife. That sounds awesome.
I do sleep in a different bed than my wife.
How is it? Because it's awesome.
It is a little awesome, yes. I just have a hard time sleeping. I get like anxious about people around me, like that the way I sleep is gonna affect them. This is how bad my imposter syndrome is, or whatever. It's like I don't belong here. That it makes me anxious and I can't fall asleep. I think I could handle it now because I'm just so fucking tired all the time. But now, so I actually moved out of the room, I think, because Virginia the cat, that old empty duffel bag of a cat I had, that 20-year-old, she would meow every 2 hours. She would get confused in the middle of the night and meow every 2 hours until I came out. So then I would just like go out and stay out there. And then we had a baby. And so then we were basically holding the baby for about 6 months there. And so sleeping, So that's how it started. And now I think I could get back to it. But now, but I snore super bad. So now I think Viv has gotten used to not having me snore in her face. So yeah, it doesn't bother me at all. I don't need to be next to other people.
Yeah.
I mean,
But anyway, what were you going to say?
sleeping
You were
now.
going to. I feel like you had a further point, or was that it? That it might be kind of awesome.
What would be the best configuration if you slept in the same room? Would you both kind of like divide your room in half?
With a piece of tape.
With a piece of tape.
Mm.
Well, you
and
have
then
that.
you get
I
the
think
side
in
of
your
the door.
doesn't your room have 2 doors, like one to the bathroom and one to the.
Yeah.
So then you could split
Mine
it,
does,
and
yeah.
one could walk through. You could walk through the bathroom and out.
Yes, you do it kind of like a diagonal.
Yeah,
So I could have like the side where the door goes out.
What
the
if
living
Kristen laid
space,
it
and
out,
then
but
she-
just it was like this tiny little path that you had to walk to get to your bed? Like she didn't split it down the middle. She like gerrymandered it. So you just have like this. You're like, what? I don't think this is. Yeah. What if, Johnny? What
go
would
along the
happen then?
wall like a mouse.
Yeah, you have to like totally be touching the wall in order to like not fall into her side. And on her side, as you know, the floor is lava.
Of course.
So safety first, John. Just be careful out there, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, bud.
Johnny,
My
I'm
best.
worried about you.
Johnny, we're really worried about you. You've been noticing that you like when you walk around your apartment, you're going ow, 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 ow. And I just want you to know that it's okay. A lot of us do that.
Thank
But
you.
at some point, you got to get better shoes or something. I don't know.
Yeah, better shoes. I think that might help.
Like lava resistant, maybe. The Skechers, I think
Yeah.
Skechers makes I know you're kind of a brand loyalist. They make a lava resistant shoe. So you still got to walk fast.
Yeah, it's not proof.
Don't get so like comfortable, Johnny, on this lava
Yeah.
floor.
Don't stay in one spot with your new Skechers.
Don't do it. Johnny, you're going to ruin the Skechers and we're going to have to buy you new shoes. And I just don't have the money for that. Your dad and I, we just like, there's been a lot of expenses lately. The economy, the way it is, and the inflation. This is stuff you don't have to worry about, little Johnny. Okay, honey? Shh.
I understand.
There. Shut up. Shh. Okay, let's, speaking of shutting up, let's shut up and go to the next question.
If you were perusing the new release wall in 1996 at your local Blockbuster Video, would you expect to find the movie 12 Monkeys in the T's or before the A's?
Well, it's almost like this was written for me. I mean, the questionnaire had no way of knowing this, but I did work at Blockbuster Video.
I mean,
in
you
1996.
should know exactly where it went.
I should, however, and I would peruse it, I guess. I should know the answer to this. But I think it varied from Blockbusters. I'm not sure. Because I think there was a way to do it, but then I think some Blockbusters would do it differently. I think
they disagreed.
Yeah. Because I think there's like a disagreement to be had about this. Which is why I guess Questionnaire posed it to us so we could really fight right at the end and then hang up on each other. And I have to, or John has to end the podcast by himself. I was trying to decide who stormed away, and it was me and Finn apparently. But I have to stay on the call.
I did work at a video store, and I guess have an opinion or have an answer.
What year was this? I'm just like the alphabet changed.
Early 2000s.
Oh well, it's not going to be on the new release wall then. Dumb bastard. See, this is we're starting the fight.
There was a new release part of that question?
Yeah.
I missed that part.
Perusing the new release wall. I'm just kidding. That doesn't matter. I was just making a joke. I would say, I think it might be. I don't think so, though. Although maybe, I guess once streaming came out, I wonder if the overall rule changed. Or if the overall rule is always the same. So I'm going to tell you my answer. What? Go ahead.
Answer. Sorry, I have a nuance. Okay. This is probably could follow your answer.
Okay, follow it around in the video store. I think I would expect to find it before the A's. I wouldn't want to find it before the A's necessarily, but I think I would expect it. And it's
as a number.
Yeah, in my own personal collection, I don't believe I would do that. In fact, I may have done that now that I think about it, but I don't think I want to. I want it to be in there by the letter, how you would spell it out.
Well, question though. I mean, how does it say it on the actual title? Is it
12.
With the number 12, or does it say 12?
Number 12?
I mean, it's a number, so it should go before the A's.
But I mean, if you're speaking it, you don't say 1, 2 monkeys. You say 12 monkeys. So you're like saying a word, I guess. And so if you're imagining it and thinking that way, I think I saw one video store that had it would have it in both places. If they had 2 copies, they would put one in each spot to cover everybody. So you could
always find it.
But then wouldn't you think that one person would be like, 12 monkeys is out. Shoot.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they
really
have
lost
12
out
monkeys.
they lost out on 368 there. What's your nuance? Introduce nuance.
Were new releases
nuance?
Were the new releases in alphabetical order? Because I don't think they were at my store. Okay. Because the wall was so small that
Finn, you can do like 300 then. How about that?
The movie 300?
Yeah. Would that be on the new release wall?
That's right. That would fit right into the era that I worked there. So I think what we did is we had it by letter. And the reason I think it just kind of feels tagged by like how you would be in the
you put it in 12. Okay. I think we didn't have it in alphabetical order. We had it by letter. I was like,
yeah.
Wait, did you just say that you don't think you had it in alphabetical order? The new release wall?
New release wall. It was in any random order, like the more prominent one.
Oh, it was one wall. More by popularity.
So it was, this was the newest release, and this is the oldest of the newest releases. This came out a month ago, and this was.
Oh, it was by newness of release. Do you think?
I think it was just
that would make sense as far as like if you're thinking about how you're going to organize your shelves. If you got 6 new movies in, moving everything down as opposed to taking one out here, one out here, one out here, would work.
Yeah,
better. So I bet that's how it worked. It was like when you got on a Tuesday, you'd get 6 new movies, and then you'd put those on the top or whatever.
I think you just swapped. Okay, here's what I think it was. It was one wall. It wasn't.
I see.
One Blockbuster had a wall that it was just like one movie, right? Or like would have like a dozen displayed copies.
Not in 1996.
Of new release. Oh, for real?
1997 or so is when that started with my best friend's wedding. Movies VHS tapes used to cost $80 a piece, so you couldn't buy it wouldn't make sense for Blockbuster to buy 100 copies of it to rent out. But then around that time, they started releasing immediately at 1999 or whatever. So then they could just buy as many as they wanted because it wasn't cost prohibitive, and it was better for them just to have guaranteed rent. That's when they started the guaranteed rentals thing, because they had 1,000. My best friend's wedding.
Interesting.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, so yeah, I think we just bought one. It was like a small. It was not Blockbuster, so we bought one at a time, and I think we just swapped out wherever it was on the shelf.
Right.
Like, oh, this title's old. It's on the bottom row. Sure. We're just gonna. Yeah, exactly.
Interesting.
But then when it went into older order, it would go
the
by
library.
Letter.
In the library.
When it went into the old release library, they were the vault, not the library. It would go by letter, and I feel like
so 2001: A Space Odyssey would be in T's.
Oh,
that seems crazy to me. 2001: A Space Odyssey for some reason should be, to me, before the alphabet. 12 Monkeys should be in T's. I don't know why. Maybe because 2001 is a long number, or maybe because I've seen it, like seen the imagery of it so much. I don't know.
It should be famous. Yeah.
Anyway, what were we gonna say?
It were 2001 is probably in some pretentious person's like. These are my personal videos that I picked. But
employee picks, staff picks.
But staff picks. But yeah, I think there's something tacky about it being in doing the numbers first. Because I don't know. I feel like there's some sort of like when I'm noticing all these go into T's. Well, the three number ones we had were T's, right? 12, 3, and 2001 and 300. And I'm thinking like I guess I don't know. There's like a number bias that happens when you title stuff. It comes up early in a. I mean, I'm talking about. I think it's tacky. Okay,
so you're saying like how people will call their AA plumbing, so that it shows up early in the search results or in the yellow pages or whatever. So you're saying there's a number bias that it makes it unfair to put the numbers in the beginning because then it like gives them some advantage or something that they don't deserve.
Yeah, but I doubt they care about that when it comes to movies they've already sold to a video store. So probably not. But But
why? I bet they get a back end on that. I bet Blockbusters has to pay them if they rent them a lot. Don't you think, or not?
If they rent an old release.
Yeah,
Blockbuster just doesn't own that.
Maybe they must. You're right. They must. They must purchase that ability.
Yeah. But then, and then you get this random mishmash of stuff. If they were all numbers.
But that's the same. That's the same with
same as letters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's for me. It's just that I agree. I think I agree with you basically, but. I feel like those movies are going to be, I actually think they have a disadvantage if they're numbers because they're kind of like off the wall. They're not in the middle of the wall. So I kind of feel like that actually shoves them somewhere else. Yeah. Now the show numbers would be in N, I think.
Ironically.
Johnny, you have been suspiciously silent about this.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess I personally feel that since if it's a number, then it should just be numerically ordered. Then for it to either be at the end or the front, depending on however you do it. And then if it was written out, like if the number was written out, then you could do it alphabetically. And you'd find it within there. That's just personally how I would file it.
I guess, like, I just thought of the perfect argument against that is that if somebody, no one's going to think, most people aren't going to think it's the number 12 over, like more people are going to think that it's under T than under numbers. In other words, so if you're trying to just get to the dumbest person, they're going to like, because they might not even know that it's 1-2 monkeys. They might think it's spelled out 12 monkeys, which would be reasonable to assume.
Because they just heard about it by word of mouth.
Yeah, that's I guess that's what I'm imagining is a scenario where I think Where would I expect to find it? I'd expect to find it at the beginning of the alphabet, but I think I might find it in the middle. No, I would have found it at the beginning.
If you guys
So I
could,
guess if someone were to say 12, do you picture the number or do you picture the word?
I
12
assumed it was
monkeys?
the word.
Word.
Heard.
And also like I'm imagining my job as an employee there. Why would I say that? My job as an employee. When you alphabetize things, you're looking at the words, and so when you're alphabetizing it, it's way easier if one doesn't go with T.
No,
in your mind, like one is like separate from the alphabet. So it's like if I'm alphabetizing movies quickly, which I had to do over and over again, that one would stop me up to be like, where if I had to put that in the T's, that would be like then I have to think of W. Like I have to think of this. Then I have to, in my brain, think how to spell 12 instead of just being able to look at the thing and alphabetize. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, for sure.
It's just like one tiny
like
little
computer.
shred of a step. I am like a computer in many ways. My body is weird.
Very blocky.
Has wires in it. Very
It's
blocky. Has a lot of
blocky.
wires in it. The fan turns on a lot if I have to think too hard. Like that. There it goes.
There is this video store where I grew up that it was eventually bought up by Hollywood Video, and it was owned by a company that I think was a Netflix competitor before Netflix started streaming. It was called Real Video.
REEL?
REEL, yeah. I'm not sure. Like, I think you could buy a lot of movies there. I'm not sure if they had like a renting service or whatever. But anyway, they had like an actual brick and mortar store. And I think it was like one of like 3. And you can go there, but if you wanted to find something, basically you had to ask someone who worked there, because the way it was organized was so funky and quirky that like if you wanted to find 12 monkeys, you had to go to the time traveling section. Like I remember that specifically. Like
so it was like by genre.
It was by genre and by like time. Like 12 monkeys is a lot of things. Yeah. And then or like
It was X fighting. All right, sweet. So
yeah, exactly. It was like Brad Pitt time travel. Or like
so those
whatever
like weird keywords that you would use to search for it online or something.
Exactly. And then there's like there's like a so bad it's good sort of thing. So anyway, if you guys could if you had to organize your own video store, but it couldn't be alphabetical or numeratical, how would you do it?
I'd do it by length.
Shortest movie in the beginning. Steamboat Willie. That's a movie, right?
Empire at the end.
Empire.
I think that was if I remember right, it was like a 24-hour shot of the Empire State Building or something. 8-hour maybe.
Oh, the movie?
Yeah.
Is that?
I think maybe it might have been Warhol. I'm not sure. It was like somebody annoying.
Right.
Sorry, I know that you live in Pittsburgh and that you moved there because you're such a Warhol head.
Or I got Coke. I got the Brillo box.
Yeah, he's got the
tattooed
Brillo
on my
box
forehead.
tattooed on his forehead.
Or the Campbell's. What am I? The can of soup. What am I thinking?
Yeah, Campbell.
What the hell am I talking about?
Yeah, the Brillo. I was going along with you. But instead of yes anding there, I think I felt like I yes welled a little. Like, yes. Well,
no,
okay.
he does have a. There is a box, but
he
like,
He does have a Brillo box.
Why would I not say the Campbell's
more obvious
soup can?
one.
Yeah.
Well, we're sponsored by Brillo and not sponsored by Campbell's, famously.
This podcast is brought to you by Brillo. Now, Johnny, when you use Brillo, do you use it on your body or on
or what?
or what? What's going on?
Yeah, what's the deal?
I mean, yeah, I use it for everything.
I noticed your face
see,
is really
okay.
scraped up.
It's really red.
It's really
Yeah, I mean, I should
exfoliated or
try a
whatever.
little softer.
This cloud looks like the top of your roof of your mouth.
Top of your roof of your mouth. Well, Johnny does have shingles.
after it's been Brilloed.
Mouth shingles.
Yeah, that's right.
Sorry about your mouth shingles, Johnny. We better get going. I'll let you go. Put on that ointment you've been holding for the last 20 minutes. That's all the questions we have for today. So get out there, ask questions, be curious, not furious, and always remember the mark of a good question is a question mark. For Finn Hammond and Johnny Fisher, I'm Nate Chappell, and this is Several Questions.
Thank you for listening to Several Questions, a production of Wolfout Radio. Click on the link in the show notes for more Wolfout shows.